I'm watching the Mets game, New York Mets fan. By the way, we lost like 10 out of 11 right now.
So you're in a good mood.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood. Oh my goodness. And knocked me off my rhythm there. Anyway, I'm watching the Mets game and I get pixelation on my cable.
Yeah.
So my cable provider, I call them up and I say, hey, look, I need you to come out and fix my cable. Now, while my cable is out for like 3 days and I got to wait for them to come and I got to be home for a whole day, I don't think to change my provider. Yeah. I just went and called the current provider.
Sure, I'm tracking.
Now, meanwhile, for like 7 years up until that point, Verizon has Verizon Fios out in the Northeast. That's like their fiber optic cable.
Okay.
Major competitor of my provider at the time.
Yes.
Remington, they were trying to get me. Yes. I am their ideal client. Yes. I love technology. I'm addicted to technology and high tech, high speed, high def. The channels weren't even that broad for high def back then. This is like 16 years ago. They had the highest, they had great commercials. They were advertising on TV. They had billboards.
Yes.
They had people knocking on my door. Hey, Mr. Hamel, I see you have this service. Do you want to do Verizon? It's going to be cheaper and you're going to get more high def. And seriously, Rem, I'm not joking. I would say, no, it's not for me. I just didn't want to reprogram my universal remote.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, so I'm a no. 7 years.
Yeah, hard no.
Billions of dollars of advertising over 7 years to my general area. Yeah, obviously, and a few others probably, but I don't even think to call Verizon. I call my provider and they come out a few days later. So fast forward another couple weeks, I'm watching TV again. Same thing happens, all pixely.
Yep.
I still don't think to call Verizon.
Yeah.
I call my provider.
Yeah.
And I got to wait another couple of days for them to come out. I just so happen to be prospecting in that moment and I'm going through a Valpak. Zip, zip, zip. And it's like bagel shop, landscaper, deli, dry cleaner, Verizon Fios.
Yes.
I'm like,
I know where this is going.
I'm getting Verizon Fios right now. I called in that moment.
Yeah.
Now, I honestly can't tell you that I remember them asking me. Yeah. Like, oh, Mr. Hamel, where did you hear about us? But let's say they did, because most businesses say they ask anyway.
Yeah, what would you have said?
What am I supposed to say?
You're going to say,
what would you have said?
Well, I mean, that moment, it'd be hard not to say I saw your ad in the Valpak.
It would be hard, right?
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be true. How did you hear about us? I didn't hear about them in Valpak.
Yeah.
How did you hear about us? Well, I kind of heard about you everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah. The guy that knocked on my door 2 months ago, the billboard that's on the highway when I drive home, every first spot on the TV shows, the first commercial break, it's Verizon Fios. That's how I heard about them.
Sure.
Now, here's I ask myself, and I don't know the answer to this, honestly, but if I never heard of them, like I would have noticed the logo, the telephone company, Verizon, right? I would have noticed the logo. Would that have resonated with me in that moment if I just saw the Valpak? Like what? I don't know. I don't think so.
No,
I mean, the science
you don't
says
have a relationship with the brand. Even
Right.
subconsciously, you don't have it. And I'm cheating because I know the answer to this. 'Cause I think about this all the time. I'm like ChatGPT for this kind of stuff. So I'm sorry for stealing your thunder, but
No, it's all right.
I immediately know. Because you don't have I have a very similar story, but keep going. Are you?
No, that's pretty much the end of it. So I did have this one of their commercials, I'll just say this for comedic relief. One of their commercials was like the cable guy coming to do the uninstall with Verizon coming to do the install.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I kind of had that vision, like the two guys showed up at my house at the same time, but I did call and cancel the cable. But listen, Rem, I've been doing this now for 16 years. I'm a client of Verizon for 16 years.
And you have been,
One of the things that I think has made our programs, all of our products really, as successful as they've been and as rapidly successful as they've been, really, when we think about the growth we've had as a company and our partner success and our franchisee success, is that our businesses actually get to be Verizon in a way. So as an example, back before the internet, back before advertising mediums became, multiplied by factors of like 100, there were really two places. You go back like 40, 50 years ago, you had to, if you're a small business and you wanted to reach your audience and saturate a market, your target audience, what are you doing?
TV or radio?
TV or radio, local newspaper, yellow pages, pretty limited, right? The newspaper actually had 2 editions a day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right? There was the morning and the afternoon edition.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know that was in my generation. I mean, I know I'm a little bit older than you. I know I'm old enough to know that there was 2. Okay, so there's 2.
I don't know that there was enough news in my little town to have a morning. I think you're talking about Metro New York over here.
New York City area. All right. Anyway, but listen, so there were really limited options for a business owner to have to decide where am I going to put my resources? And one other part of the simplicity back then was if you wanted to be in a place where people were looking for your product or service, there was like one place to be. You had to be in the yellow pages. You had to be in the place.
Sure.
People are going to let their fingers do the walking. If you weren't in there, you weren't in the game. So that was it. Now, of course, that's Google. That's the internet. You have to be out in places and there's other mediums online where people are looking actively. But if you've got an active seeker, you have to be in the place where the active seekers are looking if you want a chance at getting the business.
Totally.
But then on the passive level, it was very limited. You'd be in the newspaper. Very few small businesses could afford to do TV or radio. So it really was like the local newspaper and the yellow pages back then.
Sure.
Our partners, no matter what our product is, if they look at our audience, top realtors, that community, this neighborhood, new movers, if that's really their target audience, because that audience is so engaged with our product, they look for it, they are anticipating it, they trust it. Mm-hmm. We'll actually allow them to be like Verizon was to me by spending a few $100s a month to be in front of their target audience and saturate that audience. So here's what I know about our audiences: realtors, neighborhoods, new movers. They're reading a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
But what I also know is the most consistent thing that they're reading on a regular basis is our product. And that's based on many conversations over many, many years of doing this with many, many different neighborhoods and audiences. So if a business really wants to saturate that market and they partner with us, they're going to get great exposure like Verizon did for a fraction of the investment, and they're going to become trusted and known. And then when that person needs the new pool, they've seen that name somewhere. Where have I seen that name before? Oh, they've been advertising in the publication for the last 6 years.